when you hear the students or myself talking about DMI, this is a short version of our long name, which is Design Management International. What do we do, or what you are going to learn at Design Management? You will learn to help organizations adapt to change. That is key. And to improve performance through design-driven transformations. And this is a key sentence for us. The design-driven transformations. We change situations in organizations and communities through design. We are going to have 6 broad areas in our presentation. Context, so what's happening today and why design management is more necessary. What is design management? Our program and our team. Our students' perspective, our admission process, and questions and answers. So please start preparing your questions as we talk. So context, what is going on and why is design management more necessary today? We are in a moment of rapid change, so things are changing very quickly. Perhaps with COVID, you are more aware of that. We have 3 parallel crises going on. One is the health crisis caused by the pandemic. The other one is the climate situation. We have climate change and the depletion of natural resources that require urgent adaptation. We need to change, and we need to change very quickly. But the change required is not an easy one, because it requires changes at very, very different levels, and changes that are connected. We also need new economic and institutional models. The financial interdependence results in uncertainty and risk, and the idea of growth have changed. We no longer grow in quantity, we also grow in quality. So we learned that the idea of growth was doing more. That is no longer applicable. So now we need to do better, not only do more. And that is also a challenge and requires learning. And we also have population growth and urbanization that are reshaping the way we are living. How do we move in the city? We have our thesis in the next room on renting and the situation of renting and what's going on, that we have housing problems. And we have learned with COVID that we are a collective whole. Whatever happened to one of us happened to most of us. So why design? Design is about creating change. That's what we do, and that is what we are needed right now. Design involves solving problems, creating something new, or transforming less desirable situations into better ones or into preferred ones. The word transforming for us is key. It's one of the key words that define what we do. We design transformations. The idea of design have also evolved in the last century or in the last 50 years, depending on how you want to cut history. And we have moved from making things beautiful and usable to helping people use technology and use services to making things possible. Some people still believe that design is about making things beautiful. Others believe that it's also about making things user-friendly. We have learned that making things user-friendly is not enough. With the iPhone, for example, we have learned that, yes, it is very user-friendly, but it has consequences in our life that have a negative impact. This is very much how our program is organized. We have in the first year communication, product, interaction design, in the second year service design, and in the third year system design. So have this in mind, because this is how we move across the program. This is a very recent picture. This was the beginning of classes in September. We were finishing the bootcamp, and we decided to take a picture. And the World Economic Forums listed some of the skills that you will need in the future. And these are active learning and learning strategies, complex problem solving, analytical thinking and innovation, leadership and social influence, creativity, originality and initiative, and system analysis and evaluation. So what are you going to learn precisely in the cortex of critical thinking, complex problem solving, system analysis? You will learn, for example, to frame problems, moving away from symptoms to the problem itself. Most of the time when we start looking at the problem, what we see are symptoms, but we don't really see what is happening. Thank you, Cajo. What is really happening? What is really causing the problem? And usually there is more than one problem. So we talk about what are the problems of the problem. You will learn to design processes and strategies using the knowledge of people, and that you learn from people and designing with people. You will learn to design situations to foster collaboration and collective intelligence. We use a lot of co-design. You will learn to communicate processes, findings, ideas, and strategies to different stakeholders. You will also learn to manage collaboration within cross-disciplinary teams and stakeholders to support the management of processes and projects, to support the planning and implementation of change processes, and to interconnect and identify opportunities through findings emerging from research. And for us, research is talking to people, observing people, making things together with people. That's what we call research, really interacting and trying to understand what is a human problem, not the technical problem. Very frequently, we talk about problems that are technical. Organizations, systems, they sound like technical things, but organizations are people. So what we need to understand are the problems that they are having in context. So what is design management? It is a future-defining discipline. We change, so hence we think about how can we do this better in the future. But the interesting thing about the future is that the only thing that you can change is the present. So when we design, we start thinking, how can we start changing now? And how can we design that transition to a better future? So we address organizational and societal challenges. We design. What is that we design? Instruments, services, mechanisms, concepts, strategies, processes, and collaborations. We also design conversations. We facilitate dialogue, we promote inquiry and learning, and we innovate. We support the management of teams, interactions, collaborations, and complexity to implement change. The best part is when they start talking. We help to see and think differently, to imagine and create futures, to adapt and innovate, to foster alignment. We foster positive change. That's another key word for us. How we do it? We inquiry, so we ask a lot of questions, different questions. We also ask if we are asking the right question. We observe, as I said before. We talk to different people with different perspectives, different opinions, different beliefs. We create and we make, we collaborate and we try again. And we use processes where we start by understanding what is going on in this situation, prototyping, testing, and defining, and we engage in constant iterative loops. The whole design process is a learning process. So we are constantly learning, and hence we are constantly trying to do what we are doing better. Our program, it is the only one in Switzerland, the only bachelor in design management in Switzerland, and we are very proud of that. And starting in September 2022, we are going to have a new curriculum. All the design and art school is going to have a new curriculum. Our new curriculum focuses on transforming and humanizing activities to support living and working. The ones that have a brochure, you will see that in the English version, it says supporting design-driven transformations. That's very much the focus. How the new curriculum moves throughout the 3 years. In the first year, the focus is on transforming and humanizing activities in context. And these activities are facilitated by products, by communications, and by spaces. In the second year, the focus is on transforming and humanizing services and organizations, fostering alignment, collaboration, knowledge translation, diversity rethinking. When the students show their projects, you are going to understand a little more about that. And the third year, that is the most complex, the focus is on systems and networks, and it's where you reimagine the future. How can we work and live better? These are a series of questions that students engage with across the 3 years. Which are the circumstances that require change? What is the design management problem? What is the need? Who is involved? Why does it happen? Where does it happen? You can also ask, when does it happen? How can it be reduced or transformed? How can the strategy contribute or add value? And we also ask, are we helping? Who are we helping? So this is how the new curriculum looks like. In the first year, you can see already that there is a continuity in that blue top area in the module called practices. Those are more studio modules, hand-on projects, where sometimes we work with real projects. You will see it with the students. And we also have design management concept and design management operations, where you have courses like accounting and management, how to manage resources, organizational process and structures that the second years are working with right now, how to foster regeneration and resilience, and organizational culture, which is a course the third year are having. Then you can do your bachelor thesis, and in this case, you select your own problem area. Something that will be new in the new curriculum are these plus modules, where students can select their own learning path according to your area of interest. These plus modules will have areas like digitalization, sustainability, critical thinking, explorative research. So those will be all modules that you can select to create your own learning path. The second term of the second year is also interesting because students can go abroad and do an exchange with other university, a university that we have a partnership with, or they can do the first part of the term and then do an interdisciplinary module, or they can do the first part of the term and then do an internship. So they have three options to select. We have extracurricular activities, what we call design management series. You can see them in our website. We have one coming now in December 9th. So if you are interested in listening, is someone from the government, the Swiss government, that will be talking about how they use system thinking, for example, to rethink the food system in Switzerland. So let us know, write to us, and we can send you the link or the invitation. So we have had lectures by Dennis Bangban from Henkel, talking about circular economy for packaging, Karel Brandenburg, he's from IBM Design, in Toronto, Canada. Sean Elkington is a very well-known economist. He has created a triple bottom line. Maybe you know him through Harvard Business Review. And we also have the DMSA, which is a design management student association, and they create their own events. And for example, last year, they created how to make the toolkit, the design management toolkit, visible. And they have a conversation with Michael Meyer from University of California, San Diego, who is well known for working on design-driven transformation. So our students' profile. If you are a committed learner, responsible citizen, critically minded, curious, culturally aware, if you want to develop your thinking and character to thrive to work and bring in your expertise for the benefit of society, if you want to develop yourself and make a difference, then yes, this program is for you.